Hey guys, welcome to another video. If you've been here before, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome to Roberto's Journals. In today's video, I'm going to be debunking some myths about braces and Invisalign. And these are all things that I've heard of in the past about people who are starting their journey or thinking about starting their journey. They hear about all of these stories about braces and Invisalign, and it doesn't help them choose or decide whether to actually get braces or Invisalign. So I'm going to debunk some of these myths and talk through some of the things that are just simply not true and some other things that actually might be true that you've heard. Now, of course, this is going to be aimed towards people who are thinking about or just starting their braces and or Invisalign journeys, but also to those who have already started their journeys. This is also your opportunity to share any myths that you might have come across, and any stories that you have that might help others to decide to get braces or Invisalign and to start their journeys towards their perfect smile as well. So let's start with braces. Now, for some of you who are new to my channel, you'll obviously see that I'm not wearing braces at the moment, but half of my journey towards where I am now was spent wearing braces. So I know a few things about braces, and these are all down to my experience, what I'm about to share with you now. So the first one, I heard this when I was about to start my journey, and people were saying, you're too old to have braces. I was in my early 30s at the time, and people were saying, you're too old to have braces. What's the point in having them now? Everyone who is close to you, your friends and your family, people at work, they all say that your teeth are all fine, there's nothing to worry about, and that my smile is nice already. Now, this is simply not true. Braces is for anyone. Now, usually people have braces when they're younger. I didn't do that because I was actually too afraid that I was going to get bullied because of having braces in my teeth. Now, in hindsight, I completely regret that, and I wish that I did have braces then, because I wouldn't be having this journey towards my smile now. But having said that, if I did have them then, I probably wouldn't be making videos about it now. But I do wish that I had it in the past. But you're never too old to have your braces. If you really care about your smile, or if you're conscious about your smile and you're thinking about correcting your smile, you are never too old to do it, and I highly recommend it because it is totally worth it. The confidence, the self assurance, the belief, it just makes you so happy. It changes your life completely, and you are never too old to correct that. So if you are thinking about it and you are a bit older, or people say that you're too old for it, don't listen to them. Go and get some braces or Invisalign. Now, before I got my braces put in, I was speaking to some of my colleagues at work and some family members who did have braces, and I wanted to get their insight into how it was. And one of the things I wanted to ask them was, does it hurt? And every single person said, yes, it does hurt. So I had this mental preparation. I prepared myself for my braces to hurt when I got them. Now, in actual fact, they don't hurt at all. The better word to describe braces in terms of how much they hurt is actually discomfort. So they were uncomfortable at the beginning of each adjustment. So when I first had them put in, it was uncomfortable. There might have been a slight amount of pain, but it wasn't painful, and it doesn't last long either. So usually after each adjustment, when they change the wire, that wire is actually moving your teeth into that nice arch shape that we all want our teeth to be in. Now, once your teeth have actually moved into that arch shape, which doesn't take, I would say, any longer than a week, then the uncomfortableness, how your teeth feel, they start to subside because your teeth have already moved, and now it's up to your gums to keep your teeth where they have moved to from the work that the wire is doing. So all in all, it will be uncomfortable when you have your adjustments, but I wouldn't say that it's super painful to have braces. Now, everyone's pain tolerance is different, I must say. Now, mine, I think I have an okay pain tolerance. And again, I didn't find them painful. I just found it really uncomfortable. And there were some times when especially when I got power chains. I'm trying to recall now my journey. Maybe I should have watched some videos first before I made this video. But especially when I got power chains, when I was eating food, it was definitely uncomfortable. But I cannot stress enough, it's not painful. However, like I just said, some people might find what I find uncomfortable painful. So it's all up to each person's interpretation and their pain tolerance. But I don't think you should be worried about that. If that's something that you're worried about and it's something that's going to potentially stop you from getting any Invisaligns or braces, don't think about that. Think about the end goal and think about the pain or the fact that your teeth could be uncomfortable as part of your journey. Okay, so number 3, I've already started to talk about eating foods, and I heard stories from other people and from what I read online that if you have braces, you cannot have any hard foods. Now, whilst this might be technically true, you just need to be careful with the foods that you eat. Now, I remember that some of my brackets actually broke off because of the foods that I ate. But if I was careful when I was eating those foods, they probably wouldn't have broke off. So again, you can eat whatever you want, aside from things like gobstoppers or any hard sweets like mints, for example, or chewing gum. They're just, I mean, it's common sense. You shouldn't have those. Don't eat those while you have braces. But anything else, for example, bread or a baguette, like one of my favorite things that I wanted to eat, you can eat them, but it will just take you a long time to eat them because you have to chew your food slower. It will take you longer to eat, and you'll just get impatient that you'll just decide to have something else instead of a baguette. But it's not going to restrict the food that you want to eat. You just have to change your approach to how you're going to eat those foods. Now, the fourth one's quite a funny one because I remember my family teasing me when I went on holiday for the first time after having my braces in. Now, although I did have ceramic braces, I did still have a metal wire that was on the braces. And they were teasing me when I was about to go on holiday, and they said, oh, you know, you might as well get prepared that you're going to get stopped in the metal detectors at security because your braces are going to set off the metal detector. And I actually believed them, but no, it didn't. And that is an absolute myth. Your braces will not set off the metal detectors. It will just be a coincidence if they do set them off, and you might have something else in your pocket, or it just might be to do with the machine. I don't know, but it won't be because of your braces. That is a myth. Okay, and then lastly, number 5, this is mainly to do with ceramic braces and not metal braces. I read a lot of information and I was really hesitant. This almost stopped me from getting my ceramic braces, I must say, because I read a lot of information that ceramic braces would stain. And the reason why I wanted to have ceramic braces is because I wanted my braces to be as discreet as possible so that it limits how visible my braces are. Now, all of the information that I was reading online and other vlogs that I watched were saying that your ceramic braces would stain. Now, this couldn't be any further from the truth. Your ceramic braces will not stain, I promise you. What the information forgets to say is that it's not the ceramic braces that stain, it's the elastic bands that keep the wire against your ceramic braces. It's those that stain. If I can get a picture of them, I'll put them up now, and you'll see how horribly yellow they are, and that's from staining. Now, the reason why they're yellow is because the elastic bands that I had were clear elastic bands. So when I first had my adjustment and they put the new wire in and they put the new clear elastic bands in, my teeth or my braces, they looked incredible because they looked so clear, because I had the ceramic braces and the clear elastic bands. But after a couple of days of having teas, coffees, my foods that I would normally eat, the elastic bands were no longer clear and transparent, and they stained to this horrible yellow color. And that is what you'll find if you end up having clear elastic bands. But the ceramic brackets, the braces themselves, they do not stain. They stay exactly the same color. If you are super conscious about how your ceramic braces are going to look, then I can only recommend to you that you do get your clear elastic bands to go with your ceramic braces, but you're just going to have to be super careful with the foods that you eat. You will be so restricted to any kind of drink that's not got any colorant in it or any color in it. So you won't be able to have any teas, coffees, any fizzy drinks, for example, unless it's lemonade, I guess. But even that will probably stain your elastic bands. Your foods, you're just going to torment yourself because eventually, after a week or so, those elastic bands are going to stain. Now, what I would recommend that you do, if you go for a dark colored elastic band, I think I went for gray or like navy blue, they don't stain. And it looks really professional. It looks really neat against your teeth. I actually think it looks neater and better than clear elastic bands because eventually your clear elastic bands are going to stain. And I think it looks pretty decent and it still looks discreet as well. But that's down to you. If you are super conscious about it, get your clear elastic bands. Perhaps you could even go to your orthodontist often to get them rechanged, but you'll soon find out that that's an absolute pain and you won't do that. Just get the dark elastic bands and you'll be fine, I promise. Okay, so there are your Invisalign and braces myths debunked. And I actually don't know. I just had a look now actually on how long I've been filming for, and it does look like they're quite long clips that I've filmed. So I don't know if I'm actually going to put both Invisalign and braces myths into this video. It could be that I only do Invisalign or I only do braces. So I'll end it now not knowing which one I'm going to do yet, because I'm just going to go back home now and edit this video. So if I've only done the one, then stay tuned for the second part, which will be out very soon. If you are subscribed to my channel already, thank you so much for subscribing. Hit that notification bell so that you get notified for when the next part is going to come out, if I do it in 2 parts, or even any future videos that I'm going to make too. If you are not yet subscribed to Roberto's Journals, then please do consider subscribing. It will mean a lot to me if you do, and you can join me on my journey towards my perfect smile. But more importantly, as I always say, I love being a part of your journeys too and hearing about how you're getting on with your braces or Invisalign journeys too. As always, if you have any tips, suggestions, questions, anything you want to say, anything you want to share, please pop them in the comments. I read every single one and I reply to every single one too. I love hearing from you guys with how you're getting on with your journeys, and I love interacting with you lot too. Okay guys, so that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate every single one of you guys. Remember to be kind, and I'll see you on the next one. Ciao.